Bloomington is a diverse community, something that should be celebrated. That's why a group of residents rallied together to organize a brand new event, the Bloomington Cultural Festival.
Getting to know each other, getting to know who we are about, I think is very important, and it will really help.
When I was growing up here in Bloomington, speaking of the demographics, there weren't a lot of Asian kids here growing up, and now there are more. So back then I didn't feel like I was being heard or being noticed, or my culture wasn't being celebrated back then. So I'm hoping something like this would help that out.
These residents are part of a new organization called Together Bloomington, a nonprofit that formed after being granted money for the event.
This festival is actually the recipient of a Creative Spark stipend, and so Creative Spark is a program that was actually created by our Creative Placemaking Commission, and what it was it asked people for creative ideas for projects or events that took place in the South Loop, and then we would supply them with a stipend of $500 to $5,000 to execute that and really empower them to come up with their own idea and implement it. I think the Bloomington Cultural Festival is really an idea that rose up from residents of Bloomington as something that they feel was lacking in the community and they wanted to see more of. So you'll see multicultural performances, activities, food, and different elements, and they're also partnering with the Wildlife Refuge. So a lot of the activities will have a slant towards education about nature and how that intersects cultural barriers.
One thing that unites all people is nature. There are so many cultures that have so many historical creations and ties back to nature. So many people are so influenced by it, and having a cultural fest take place here at the Wildlife Refuge, there's just so much opportunity for people to share their own stories and their own experiences within nature.
The Bloomington Cultural Festival will be on Saturday, October 12th, from 1 to 4 at the Refuge.
We're trying to do good things for the community. Together Bloomington wants to build community, and we wanted to make sure that our community was also part of Bloomington. I think the more we know about each other, the better it is for everyone. I think that we all have something to offer, and being, in the community, you just bring a lot, It's good to know each other, and that way we can work together.
Sometimes there's hidden barriers that we don't understand about other cultures. It's a good way to help people understand other cultures and maybe make some of those barriers disappear.
Having so many residents that come together from different backgrounds and having so many different perspectives really makes a stronger community. I think people should be coming over to Cultural Fest on October 12th because it's going to be a lot of fun, and you get to meet and see a lot of unique things that are different from your own culture, but it's also an opportunity for you to share your own culture with everybody else. And that's really what Cultural Fest is all about, is showing that diversity that we have here in Bloomington.